All right, so you've picked this paper. Um, you're interested in Ozempic and you've heard a lot about it. So you pick this paper. And I want to show here what I mean by read vertically. So it's easier to offer critique when you understand the background, the method that was used, the result that was found, and discussion vertically through the paper. So, but before you do this, is the paper valid? Is it a good source? Yeah, Lancet, it's in the Lancet. Lancet has a really high impact factor, 88.5. That's super, super high, so it's credible. Um, and this, so the question is, first you want to choose a paper that is relevant to and from a reputable source. So yes, it's reputable. Is it relevant? Is another question. So now to do that, first I will complete a first read, a scan of the paper. Um, you want to be sure it's primary research. You want to be sure that it contains valuable information and that the study was well conducted. Okay? So this is what you would fill out on page one of the reading template that I would give you. Um, who are the authors, which journal, and things like that. Now, each paper consists of several objectives. And there are several hypotheses that are being tested in many papers, or several objectives. It's important that you pick, for this vertical read, you pick the objective that is most relevant to you. What determines relevance? Well, is your idea on the same dependent variable in the paper? Is your um, explanatory variable similar to this independent variable in the paper? So if I'm looking at whether Ozempic, so let's say this is my own topic, how much Ozempic influences your weight and physical quality of life. If that's my thing, then so my dependent is weight, and I have two dependents, weight and quality of life, and my independent is semaglutide. If I'm reading a paper that is on phentermine for weight loss, well, that's a different independent variable, but weight loss is still relevant to um, to the paper. So because I'm interested in weight loss, so it's important to realize again which whether or not the paper is relevant to you. Okay. Another thing is controlled variables. So uh, if I'm looking at say Ozempic in people that have diabetes versus in just people that are obese, those are different things, right? So you want to be sure that it's relevant. Is the paper collecting the kind of data with the kind of instruments that I plan to do in my project? Okay, if the paper is looking at, say, body composition, let's say I'm interested in body composition, but all the paper is reporting is body weight. Well, body weight could be fat, it could be lean mass, I don't know. So, did the paper do the types of studies to differentiate fat mass from fat or fat mass from muscle? So again, these are the things that help you determine if the paper is really relevant. You don't want to pick a paper that is irrelevant and waste time reading that. And so once you've made this decisions, then you are ready to do a vertical read where you read intro, methods, results, and discussion about the things that are most relevant to you. Okay. And then you begin to read and take note of these different subheads as you read through the paper. You do not want to compare apples to oranges. So this is why you do that vertical read, because by the time you read more papers, it helps you know how comparable your inferences from one paper is versus your inferences from another. If one paper was looking at semaglutide at 1 milligram and looking at body weight, changes in body weight, another paper was looking at semaglutide at 16 milligrams and looking at risk of cardiac events, you will be comparing apples to oranges eventually. And then you look at the intro. So This guy stated that in the intro, well, this is the premise of the paper. Lifestyle intervention is the cornerstone of weight management. We get it. But sustaining weight loss over a long time is challenging. Okay, that's the thing. And so they're saying that in this study on the right side, that if you do in the STEP trial, whenever you see those trials that have like fancy name, they're usually the names of big clinical trials. So in this case, it's STEP trial, semaglutide treatment for people with obesity. They're evaluating the efficacy and the safety of semaglutide at this dose with overweight in people that are overweight or obese, with or without weight-related complications. Okay, so they're looking at efficacy of semaglutide as compared with placebo as an adjunct to lifestyle intervention. So that's the premise of the whole paper. If it is relevant for you, then dive in.